This is the Preston Indians pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight's game. We'll hear from the coach and look at the pregame stats, all leading up to tonight's action. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com. Well, we welcome you inside Preston Gym tonight as the Preston Indians kick off the opening round of the Great Basin 10 District Tournament, as tonight they play host to, never mind that, they're not playing Pocatello tonight. That was from the last game. They're actually playing host tonight to the Riverhawks from Canyon Ridge, as Lyle Fuller joins me on the broadcast here today.
Yeah, great to be with you tonight, Dan.
I was talking to the coach a little bit before the game, and I asked him, where did the season go? It just seemed like we just got started.
Right, and you know, you play all regular season for seeding in the district tournament and to improve, obviously, and then you get here, and it's exciting. You know, I love this time of year. I love district tournament, and if you make it there, state tournament basketball, just a lot of fun. The kids are excited, fans are excited, and we look forward to a good game here tonight.
Preston, of course, who finished the regular season with a big win over Pocatello last week. They finished the season 19-2, 11-2 in conference. Canyon Ridge was 9-12, 5 of 9 in conference play, and they had to play in one of the play-in games on Tuesday night, and they came up with a big win over number 9 seeded Jerome as they beat them 65-51.
Yeah, the Canyon Ridge Riverhawks, for those, you know, we haven't played them a lot, I should say.
Right.
For those who don't know, they're a school out of the Twin Falls area, opened up in about 2009, so a fairly new high school. Don't really have a big tradition of success in high school basketball. This season, Dan, as I looked at their record, it looked to me like their conference wins were over Jerome and Wood River, two teams who finished behind them ultimately in the district standings. But, and of course, we played them once here at home already. So Preston has seen this Canyon Ridge team, but come district tournament, you know, everybody's 0-0 again. And so you can, come out and play poorly and find yourself in trouble even if you are a high seed. So Indians will need to come after it tonight.
You mentioned the only meeting of the year between these two teams. It was back in early January, and Preston beat
Canyon Ridge.
Canyon Ridge, thank you. I have Wood River on my mind for some reason. Beat Canyon Ridge here at Preston Gym by the final score of 77-55.
Yeah, and so that presents a little bit of a unique challenge from a coaching standpoint to make sure your guys don't come in overconfident, you know, and assume that just because you won big last time you're going to win big, or that Canyon Ridge is going to lay down and die. There's no pressure at all on Canyon Ridge here. No one's expecting them to win. They can come out and play loose and hard and aggressive, and I expect that's what we'll see tonight.
One thing that's been really in the Preston Indians' advantage this year is their ability to score the basketball. I don't know if you realize this, but in the 21 games that they have played this year, they not only lead the Great Basin 10 Conference in scoring, but they are number 2 overall of any 4A or 5A school in scoring this year at 64.5 points a game.
Yeah, that's remarkable. And Preston, I think, scored about that same pace last year, of course, with an entirely different cast of starters. But, you know, that speaks to getting good shots. It speaks to getting guys in the right positions to make shots. And, of course, it helps to have Big Ty Hyde in the middle, who draws so much attention. Whether he has a big scoring night or not, he can generate a lot of offense.
The new polls came out on Tuesday evening, and Preston held steady in the coaches' poll at number 2. In the media poll, however, they slipped one spot down to number 2. In fact, the polls are the same in the top 5 across the board. Twin Falls 1, Preston 2, Century 3, Minico 4, and Idaho Falls is 5. So the top 4 ranked in all of 4A in the state of Idaho are here from the Great Basin Conference, and it really sets up a situation to where the conference tournament may be better than the state tournament.
Yeah, boy, to make it to state, it's going to be really tough. Competition will be intense, and of course, you know, the Preston Indians, we want to be right in there. We want to have a chance to play Saturday against the winner of that Minico Mountain Home game. And even, you know, the middle teams in the conference, you're looking at Pocatello, Mountain Home, they can upset somebody, they can steal a game. Those are capable teams, and so, you know, whoever makes it to state out of this district should be battle tested going into the state tournament.
As we kick off postseason here in the 2018-2019 season, you look back at the last 3 years, and of course Preston has won the state championship 3 years in a row. But over that 3-year run, they have 20 wins and 1 loss.
Wow, that, is amazing by any stretch of the imagination. And but it's not a given, though, and that's one thing that I'm sure Coach Jones has talked with the guys about, that whatever you did last year is gone now, and you have to fight just as hard to get there again this year. You can't expect other teams to just give it to you. That's not going to happen. So the Indians, of course, I think they're excited to be here. Getting the 2nd seed was big, and I think they're excited about that, but you still have to go out and earn it.
Other games tonight in the opening round, or the first round of the Great Basin 10 tournament. Number 10, Wood River, coming off their win in the playoff game, will be at number 1, Century. It'll be Mountain Home at Minico tonight. Minico, the 3 seed. Number 5, Pocatello, is at number 4, Idaho Falls tonight. Twin Falls tonight. And of course, number 8, Canyon Ridge, playing here against the number 2 seed, the Preston Indians. We'll take a timeout. We come back. We'll chat a few minutes with the head coach, Tyler Jones, our guest, as we continue right after this on mylocalradio.com.
Nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that $20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCU.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Behind every project is a True Value. At Stokes Market and True Value in Preston, whether you need hardware, dog food, tools, batteries, plumbing supplies, paint, or cleaning products, you'll find them all. Plus a whole lot more at Stokes Market and True Value. With a large inventory, you'll find all the big name brands you trust and low prices every time you visit. So whether you're just starting or you're in the middle of a project, stop in today and visit our friendly, knowledgeable staff. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
This game here with Tyler Ridge as we kick off the Great Plains 10 district tournament here tonight. Where's the season gone? Seems like it just started.
Yeah, it always does. You get your preseason, you get into conference play, and then here we are, district tournament, and the stakes go up for sure tonight. Is it
is this kind of nervous time a little bit for the coach too? To looking back on the things you've done over the last 3 years.
Again, this is a completely new group all season, and we've seen growth throughout them all year, and we're confident where we're at right now going into district tournament. We're the 2 seed. We're playing at home, so they've earned that to be able to play home tonight, and hopefully a couple games here in the district tournament, and our goal is to qualify for the state tournament, and that starts tonight. We can't worry about Saturday or any other team in our league. It starts tonight, game 1, Canyon Ridge.
When you talk about growth, where have you seen the most growth out of these group or individual?
I think just collectively as a team. There's been on many different nights other people have stepped up. We always start with Ty, but you can look at each kid on the roster that has stepped up at moments, and I think they've grown together and they start to trust each other, and And that's what it takes. You know, you can have great players, but you're not going to go anywhere if you don't buy into playing together as a team. And I think we've gotten better and we've come together. And hopefully we can continue that now when the stakes go up.
The game at Pocatello last week, that was a heck of a way to close out the regular season.
Yeah, and that's another area, I think, the road. You know, early on in the season we struggled, and our last couple of road games, they weren't easy, but we didn't quit. You know, we went to Minico with our backs against the wall and pulled out one, and then Pokey, there were multiple times where we could have, you know, folded up shop. Things just weren't going our way, and they were hitting everything, but they showed some grit and toughness, and that's what it takes in the postseason. You got to be tough. You got to stay composed, and composure's big.
And we've talked about it in the past, the growth of Ty over the season. But the last 4 or 5 games, they have really taken it to him inside and really pounded him physically and made him earn every point that he got.
Yeah, and I think you're going to see more and more of that. Teams are going to try to take him away and double him and do other things. So others have got to step up. Ty's been great, and if he's one-on-one, you know, we're going to go to him all night. But there's going to be games where those other guys, you know, have got to step up, where Scott and Cooper and Garrett and Riley and Luke have got to also be able to score. And that's what we can't have people go shying away and hiding. We got to have others step up, and I think they will.
All right, let's talk a little bit about Canyon Ridge. This is a team that you played once this year here at Preston Gym, and it was a fairly handily victory, but I'm guessing that it's just not a time to rest on your laurels.
No, and that was early January. It's been a month and a half, and they're playing for the same thing. You know, both teams are 2 wins away from qualifying for boys. So you win tonight, you're 1 game away. So, you know, they have nothing to lose. They just had a game on Tuesday where they won a postseason game, so they have some confidence, and they have nothing to lose. They have everything to gain. So I'm sure they're coming in going to give it their best shot as well.
Expecting anything different than what you saw out of them in the first part of January?
I do think they're going to zone us a lot tonight and try to take away Ty and make us hit outside shots. So it wouldn't surprise me if we see a lot of zone. And against the zone, we got to be patient. We can't rush shots, and we still got to try to get the ball inside. They're a big kid. He's good. He's a handful. 6'7". He had 16 and 14 the other night in their game. So they have some pieces, and we want to also pressure them. I think we can pressure them and try to get out and get some easy buckets.
Very good. Thank you, as always. Thanks for your time. Good luck tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
That's Coach Tyler Jones. Back with more after this on mylocalradio.com.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Last play of the game, folks.
And the snap. Drops back. Whoa. Changes mind. Down the sideline. The 40. The 30. The 20. The 10. Casasa! Unbelievable! Did you see that? Casasa!
Not to be a buzzkill, but what's Casasa? We're glad you asked that. Casasa. It's a catchy word for earning cash. Free Casasa checking rewards you in cash each month.
Ask for free Casasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCU.
When it comes to major surgery, think small. Small town, that is. At Franklin County Medical Center, the surgical capabilities are anything but small. Partnered with the top surgeons and specialists in the region to provide advanced care to those living in southeastern Idaho. Whether it's cataract surgery, women's surgery, gallbladder removal, trauma, even a full hip or knee replacement, they have you covered. And now, they're among the few hospitals in southeastern Idaho able to remove kidney stones. See just how big the surgical capabilities really are. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
If you're in the empty nester stage of life, preparing for retirement, or considering downsizing, let me suggest you consider Blue Sage Park as your new home.
This all-new community for over 55 active adults is now under construction by Ralph's Construction, the builders of many fine custom homes in Franklin County. That same quality is going into the new homes at Blue Sage Park.
Choose from 3 plans, each with over 1,400 square feet of living space on one level with a 2 or 3 car garage, 2 bedrooms, and lots of special features. These beautiful new 2-bedroom homes include large marble showers, vaulted ceilings, gas fireplaces, a park and green space for family fun, and large closets with custom organizers. Larry and Cody Ralphs are building this community for the over 55 age group with no steps, no maintenance, and a beautiful home that you own.
The first model is nearing completion, and you'll soon be able to see it for yourself. Blue Sage Park, now being built for your future at 3rd East and 3rd North in Preston.
This is Preston Indians basketball. All the excitement of the best basketball action in Idaho is just ahead. Tonight's game is brought to you by Lewiston State Bank, Franklin County Medical Center, My Local Radio, West Motors, Stokes Market True Value, S&T Electric, Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, Idaho Salvage, Webb Funeral Home, Ron Keller Tire, Valley Implement, and Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Tonight's game is a presentation of Preston Broadcasting LLC and is intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any use of the descriptions or accounts of this game without the express written consent of Preston Broadcasting LLC is strictly prohibited. Welcome into Preston Gym as we welcome you to another exciting night of Preston Indians basketball. Tonight they kick off the Great Basin 10 District Tournament as they play host to the number 8 seed, Canyon Ridge. The Indians come in as the number 2 seed here in the tournament as they'll try to qualify for state once again and see if they can win another state championship. And it all starts here tonight. First, here is our national anthem. Our national anthem from here at Preston Gym tonight as the Preston Indians, as we mentioned, play host to the Canyon Ridge Riverhawks tonight. And you never want to look past anybody, Lyle Fuller. No. But if they make it past this game, you know what that means. We're probably on a collision course on a Saturday night against Minico.
Yeah, most likely as the Riverhawks starting to be introduced here. Yep, Preston has to come out and take care of business here tonight, and that's got to be the theme, taking care of business.
Starters tonight for the Riverhawks, it'll be Aaron Barnes, a junior, who will pick up a start tonight. Bam Kondracki will start tonight as well. He also is a junior. Sheldon Flannery, who had 20 points the other night against Jerome, will start tonight, as will Avery Rumbar and Louis Sestro, who had 16 points and 14 rebounds in the win against Jerome on Tuesday night. Time to meet the starters for the Preston Indians. It's the usual 5. They've started every game except for one this year. It'll be the 6'4" junior Cooper Hobson to pick up a start tonight. Scott Dunn, who will look to improve from his performance the other night against Pocatello when he was held scoreless in the game, will start. Luke Smaley had a dozen against Pocatello last week. He's a 6'2" junior. Riley Parker, the only senior in the starting lineup, who may have single-handedly sealed that win with making 4 free throws in the final minute of overtime against Pocatello. Into the game with 13 points. And then, of course, Ty Hyde, who had a career-high 38 in that game.
Yeah, boy, we needed every one of those 38 against Pocatello. And like I said, Riley Parker, those huge free throws. That was a really critical game for our seeding and just going into the postseason with momentum. So great overtime win against Pokey last week. Now we get Riverhawks here. You know, as Coach Jones mentioned in the pregame, Cresto about 6'7" in the pivot.
Right.
Dangerous player for them. Has good size to battle Ty. That'll be a good battle all night long.
It will. It will be a very good battle. In fact, over the last 4 or 5 games, not only has Ty led the team in scoring in 4 of those 5, but defensively they have collapsed on him and really beat him up physically during those games and made him earn every point.
And that's where it becomes critical, to get those quick passes back out to three-point shooters, and guys have to knock down shots.
So here we go. It's the Preston Indians against Canyon Ridge. Throw out everything you did during the regular season. It means nothing here starting tonight. As Hyde will jump against Cresto, and Ty taps it in the front court to Scott Dunn. They give it off to Luke Smaley to open up the ball game here. Live from Preston Gym. Glad to have you with us here on MyLocalRadio.com. Dan Hubbard along with Lyle Fuller with you tonight. Cooper in the corner, comes back out to Dunn, swing it back out top to Luke Smaley again. Now back over in the left corner again, comes back to Hobson. Hobson back to Dunn. Just as coach expected, they're going to go with a zone at least early on. Ty turns, a little 14-foot jumper is no good. Quickly on the break, here comes Flannery, lay it up and in.
Boy, the Canyon Ridge turned defense to offense in a hurry that time.
They did get up the court very quickly in transition. Hobson, free throw line extended right. Goes in the corner to Smaley, drives along the baseline, tried to give it to Hyde, fumbled it. Dunn comes in to pick it up, and they'll set up the offense again. Back out top to Hobson, now give it back to Smaley.
Yeah, the Indians being patient, but I'd like to see a little more attack coming too out of this.
Parker in the corner, skip pass, comes back to Hobson, a 3, good.
Hobson 3 or 4 feet behind the line, drops that one.
Hobson led the team in scoring in the game against Canyon Ridge here. He had a 21 in that game. One of 6 games this year that he collected 20 points or more in a game. Into the front court it comes to Flannery as they break the press fairly easily. Bounce it down low, put it up and in because Kondraki with an easy layup, and it's 4-3.
Yep. You got to rotate a little quicker on defense.
Smaley up into the front court. Down low comes to Parker, kick it back out. Luke wanted to shoot, and instead drove, and in the process travels.
Yeah, I'd almost just as soon see Luke hit that open three-pointer, but now some pressure from the Indians again.
Again, here come the Riverhawks. Again, down low to Kondraki, and this time Smaley does get a piece of it, knocks it out of bounds. Good block by Luke. It belongs to the Riverhawks, baseline front court. As Barnes will bring it in. Barnes looking, and doesn't get it in. That's a 5-count turnover.
Good defense there by the Indians. Jumped those passing lanes, gave him nowhere to throw the ball. Turnover.
Several times in the game against Pocatello last week, they almost had the Indians in a 5-count, but couldn't quite close it out. Hobson, right corner 3. A hair too long. Rebound comes off as it's picked up by Barnes. He'll push it back up into the front court. Swing it down low. Kondraki in the right corner. Can't get a shot from there. Out top to Rumbar. Now down on the blocks. That's Crestro. Turns and scores on Luke. On Ty, I should say.
They took a dribble right into Hyde's chest and then managed to loop one up and in over his outstretched hand there.
That's fine if you're going to let him bang like that, but as soon as you collapse 3 or 4 guys on him, as Ty, a little short jumper, about from 10 feet in the paint, no good. Here come the Riverhawks on the run. Pull-up jumper from about 8, no good. Put up by Flannery, gets his own rebound, lays it off, blocked and a foul. It's going to go against Hobson. Barnes with the shot. As Hobson gets called for the personal. And we got a 30-second timeout here with 5:20 remaining here in the first period. 30-second timeout called by Preston. Of course, we talked about it in the pregame show. The Indians were second in all 4A and 5A as well. They're averaging 64.5 points a game. But their scoring defense, they average about 54 points a game. So their scoring differential ends up being second in the conference at 10.5. The only team that has a lower scoring differential than that is Century.
You know, and to be averaging, I guess that would equate to about double-digit wins on average. That's outstanding. To get that scoring in the 60s, you have to get balanced scoring. So we'll see if the Indians can get something tonight from Dunn and some of the other guys, get them going.
So here's Aaron Barnes at the line to shoot 2, and the first one rolls in off the front lip.
Aaron Barnes in the foul line.
Barnes, who had 11 points in the win the other night in their play-in game. Second one is good. And Wood River now up 8-3 here early.
Yeah, Preston needs to be just a little more aggressive both offensively and defensively, letting Canyon Ridge set the pace and tempo of the game here.
Comes to Luke, down low to Parker, back out top to Luke again. Swinging over to the right side, it comes to Hobson, back out top to Smaley. As Preston just kind of explores the outside of that zone. Done for 3 is good.
Big shot for Scotty. Let's see if that gets him going here.
Yeah, he was held scoreless and really didn't look to shoot much in that game in Pocatello last week. As it comes to Kondracki out top of the key. He'll just flip it to Aaron Barnes and they'll set up the offense. They come over here on the right side to Rumbar. Kondracki lays it back in, a little give and go, flips it up out of nowhere and flips it in.
I didn't think that was going in until it went in. Flipped it up over his head backwards.
10-6 on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard as we approach the midway point of quarter number 1. Down low to Hyde, and he's fouled probably from behind. Let's see if they're going to call it on Kestro.
Yeah, let's see who they got.
It will be against Louis, his first team foul against the Riverhawks. As Ty goes to the free throw line to shoot 2 here. Ty was just simply outstanding from the free throw line against Pocatello, where he made 14 of 19 in that game and makes the first one here.
Yeah. Ty missed a couple open shots in the key earlier here in this first quarter. Now he gets on the board from the line. And boy, both of them looked really good.
He made them both his first 2 points of the game. So here comes Barnes up into the front court. Ty got a hand on it. Ty takes it away. Quickly ahead. It goes to Smaley.
When Luke gets ahead of steam, he is tough to handle in the the full court transition situation.
Avery Rumbar called for the foul. That's his first. And Luke will now shoot to give the Indians their first lead of the game as they'll go to the line to try to complete the 3-point play. Nope, little long. Hobson's got the rebound though, puts it right back up, needs a roll, won't get it. Rebound is off to Flannery. He'll push up into the front court. Comes down along the block, stops, and then almost take it away again. From behind was Smaley. Ball loose, comes back to Kondracki. Back to Flannery, a long 3. Needs a bounce, won't get it. Hobson has the rebound up high. Cooper up into the front court. We'll give it to Smaley, and they'll set up the offense. 3.5 to play in the opening quarter. 10-10 tie on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Garrett Ward in the game for the first time tonight for the Indians. Hobson from the right corner. 3 of good's good again. Hobson with a pair of 3s gives the Indians a 13-10 lead.
Half-court pressure again.
Rumbar tried to lay it down low. The Indians got a hand on it, loose on the floor, still loose. Smaley's got it, gives it to Ward. The defenders are back, so they should slow it down. Nope, gives it back to Hobson. A 3 from the same spot is just a hair long, and this time Crestro's got the rebound.
Yeah, Cooper feeling it there.
Barnes for 3, that's off. As Smaley has the rebound. He'll kind of skip the dribble back across the midcourt stripe, goes to Hyde at the left elbow, down low to Ward. Garrett down there amongst the big guys, gives it back to Ty. 14-foot jumper is no good. Ward's got the rebound, and they'll set the offense up again.
Garrett Ward's given the Indians good energy since he came in, offensively and defensively.
You can just about make bank on that. When he comes in, he's going to give you a good energy, a boost. Here comes Kondracki if he takes the ball away. Lays it off to Flannery, blocked out of bounds by Smaley.
A little behind the back pass there, and then Smaley says, I don't think so. That's 2 blocks already in the first quarter for Luke.
And the student body section starts up with the "You got swatted."
Make sure they know about it and remember it. Yep.
Barnes will bring it into Flannery. 2:10 to play in the quarter. Down low it comes to Crestro. Turns in the paint, and that's going to be a foul on Ty.
Yeah. Crestro really selling that call.
That's Ty's first. Second on the team. So the team with 2 each. So here's Louis Crestro, who recorded a big double-double in the win against Jerome. This is the first one.
Number 21, Jesse Mark.
He had 16 points to lead the team in scoring. I take that back. He did not lead the team in scoring. Sheldon Flannery had 20. But he also grabbed 14 rebounds. He had a big double-double in the win.
Yeah, and he's a big kid. Good matchup against Ty down there.
He's a junior, so that'll be another great matchup next year to look forward to. He missed them both, however. Down low, back to Hyde. Ty, little flip back underneath the rim is good.
Good find along the baseline.
Ty's got 4. The Indians up by 5, 15-10, with a minute 45 left here in quarter number 1. Crestro will flip it back out. It comes to Jesse Mark just into the game. Back down low to Crestro. Offense on Crestro.
Yeah.
Oscar-winning performance for Hyde on that flop.
Yeah, the previous time Crestro took it right into his chest. Ty waiting for him that time, felt the contact and went down. Sold it the other way. So.
That's 2 on Crestro. Comes to Hobson in front of the Canyon Ridge bench. Back down low to Ty. And that's going to be on Crestro. Boy, that is deep trouble. Yeah. And it is. He's got 3 here in the first quarter.
Yeah, he's going to sit down before the coach even pulls him out.
We may not see him again until sometime after the halftime break. So Ty back to the line to shoot 2 more. Ty misses the front end of the 2 shots. Along with Ty's 14 of 19 performance at Pocatello the other night, the team was 28 of 35 overall in the game. That may be their best free throw shooting night of the year.
Yeah, free throw shooting hasn't been a strength of this team so far this year. That's excellent.
Ty missed them both, just a hair short on both. And with 1:20, here come the Riverhawks back up into the front court. Still a 5-point game. Drop it down low, now kick it back out. As Barnes will dribble it back out around the top of the key. With having to take Crestro out, the Riverhawks now go what most people would call with a small, quick lineup. Driving is Flannery, flips it up over the defense, no good. Tap by Ward as it picked up there in a foul. That's going to go against Kondraki. That'll be his first.
That probably saved a layup. The Indians were off and running that time had the foul not occurred.
So this will belong out of bounds to Preston. That's 5 team fouls now against the Riverhawks here inside the final minute now of quarter number 1. Down on the blocks it goes to Hyde, wants to turn. Little drop step, great move. Gets around Barnes for the easy layup.
Yeah, Ty half a head taller than the defender now with Crestro out of the game.
Kondraki drives, puts it up, uses the glass a little bit too hard. Hobson has the rebound with 30 seconds to play. Hands it off to Smale. Let's see if they hold on to it for the last shot. Sam Mark into the game. The 2 Marks are brothers. As Smale goes off the glass, no good. Got a layup, just didn't get it to go down. Sam Mark will travel.
12 seconds left. That's enough time to get a good shot here.
Sam Mark is the younger brother of Jesse Mark. Jesse's a senior, Sam's a junior. Hyde comes out as they bring Tyler Parker into the game. 8 seconds, clock runs with 6, 5. Smalley around the screen, but a foul on Parker.
Yeah, I think they're going to get a moving screen on Tyler Parker there. Just got a little, you want to get into the defender, but not quite that much.
3 team fouls now against the Indians. 4.5 seconds here for the Riverhawks to get a shot off. Flannery into the front court, pulls up for a 3.
Whoa.
Just, well, looks straight as a string and almost went in. It was just short, so we're done with the quarter. We'll go to the second quarter here. Preston got off to a bit of a slow start, but they lead by 7 as we go to the second quarter. It's 17-10 on mylocalradio.com.
When you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Do you like earning interest on your money? If so, Lewiston State Bank has the account for you. This is Shelley Austin, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high rate of interest on the first $25,000. The rate is even higher than that of most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Tremonton branch, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
We'll go to the second quarter. Preston leading 17-10. After a bit of a slow start as Riverhawks led most of the first quarter here tonight.
Yeah, with Cresto out now, Dan, I think their tallest player is probably about 6'6'1". We should have a big size advantage here.
Yep, as they stay with that same small lineup they had at the end of the first. Kick it back out as it comes to Barnes in the corner. That is Sam Mark, the younger of the two. Back to Flannery. Dribbles against Hobson. Crossover, now wants to drive. Goes over Hyde, no good. Smaley taps it as it goes in the hands of Ty, who will now just wait for Luke to get back to his feet and hand it to him in the backcourt. Across the timeline, crosses over on Mark, looks inside, nothing there. Now he gets it to Parker. Parker drops it down low to Ty. Ty fumbled it, but then was fouled going to the hoop.
Now that's Barnes trying to defend Hyde. Barnes is a stout kid. He's a real strong-looking kid, but Hyde's about 5 or 6 inches taller than him.
Ty will go back to the free throw line now to shoot his 5th and 6th free throws of the night. And he's made 2 out of 4 so far on the evening. First one's no good. He's missed 3 in a row now.
32,
you wonder where the rhythm goes sometimes. He hits 2, the first 2 that barely even moved the net, and now he's missed 3 in a row.
Yeah, and they look pretty good. It's not going in. There we go.
That one will roll in. He's 50% from the line as he makes that one. He has 7, and it's an 8-point lead for the Indians. And that'll be a double dribble before the contact as Sam Mark charged with the turnover. Scott Dunn back in, and Garrett Ward will go back to the bench. Again, comes around the screen is Smaley, lays it off as that goes to Hyde. Boy, Ty just a little out of his reach, was not comfortable reaching out and trying to grab it, but luckily it's off the hands of the Riverhawks and out of bounds.
Couldn't corral the pass, but he had a layup if he could get the pass.
You have to wonder if he's expecting contact on some of those entry passes that he's got the last 4 or 5 games.
Right.
Dips under the arm of Barnes and lays it in. Ty now with 9. He has 20 or more in the last 3 games. As it comes out top, it comes back out there to Sam Mark. Mark back to Kondraki. Now back to Mark. The 3 from straight away is good.
3-point pass to Sam Mark.
That time Canyon Ridge moved us around defensively, got the shot they wanted, wide open, top of the key.
Good looking shot too by Mark.
Well, now he's riding Luke all the way down the court.
I think that's how you have to play the Indians. You have to turn up the defensive pressure.
Yeah.
You can't just let them come down and run the offense because they'll do this to you all night. Hobson steals another 3.
3-point pass.
His 3rd of the half, he's got 9 points. As he throw it away again, Dunn traveled.
I didn't see the travel, but
whoops.
He said he got a running start.
Now Dunn and Barnes kind of yapping at each other a little bit as Barnes tried to take the ball away from Scott after the turnover to get things started back the other way.
Yeah.
And now the student section letting him hear about it.
I'm sure the referee will tell him to cool it as well.
Indians lead by 10, 5:50 to play in the first half, 23-13 on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Barnes brings it over to Rumbar, now back in the corner. Another three-pointer from Mark is too long. Parker has the rebound. Gives it off to Smaley up in the front court. It comes there to Dunn. Back to Parker at the free throw line. Down low to Hyde. One bounce dribble. Tried to kick it back out before he traveled as he lost his balance. Dunn drives and he's fouled. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, that's Barnes, who we were just talking about. Came over a pretty obvious foul. Body in, hand up top.
That's his second. And that's 7 against Canyon Ridge. And with 5:24 to play in the first half, the Riverhawks are now out of fouls.
Well, yeah. 5.5 to go. That'll put the Indians on the line a lot here.
And if they do anything like they did the other night against Pocatello, as Scott makes the first, that'll just open up the lead bigger and bigger now as we head work our way down toward halftime. As Scott makes the first, the lead now 11. Trying to make it a dozen. And in and out, stays out. Dunn misses the second of the 2 free throws, and it's 24-13. That'll be a reach-in against Hobson, and that'll be his second.
Yeah, pretty easy call for the referees on that one. When you're that far away from the basket and you're coming over a guy's back reaching for the ball, that's an easy call.
Ward was coming in to check in, and unfortunately for Cooper, they called the foul just before they could get the horn to get him in.
Yeah, 10 seconds later than we needed to keep Cooper out of foul trouble. But
so here's Sam Mark with the ball. A 1-2-2 zone offense here by Canyon Ridge. Comes to Flannery, 14-foot jumper, just kind of flips it up over the crowd and flips it in.
Interesting looking shot, but it went.
Kind of almost like a baby skyhook that Magic used to shoot. Smaley around the screen, give and go, give it to Hyde, lay
it in. Nicely done. They brought the double on Luke on the drive. Ty with an easy one.
Little screen and roll, gets the hoop. Mark in the corner. Rumbar wanted the 3, but traveled. Tell you what, referees are calling that very tight when you want to stop and change direction and go back.
Yeah, they've called several travels out on the perimeter, guys trying to get their feet set to shoot or get going. Both ways, not just one way.
Timeout called by Canyon Ridge. Let's sneak one in here for ourselves as well. Back in 30 seconds right after this on mylocalradio.com. Look inside the Preston huddle as they come back out onto the floor with a 11-point lead, 26-15 with 4:36 to play, and they have the ball as Smaley really has to kind of bum rush Sam Mark into the front court.
That's another call they're making, moving screen on Riley Parker. They called one earlier on his cousin Tyler, about the same spot on the floor. You got to get set and let the offensive player run his guy into you, not throw your hip.
And you can't throw your hip, can't stick your elbow out. Got to keep him inside the framework. Long 3 from straight away by Barnes is good. Barnes has 5. Kind of dips into the lead a little bit for Preston. Nice play by Dunn to help Smaley as Luke slipped and fell on the floor. Dunn forces a jumper, no good, foul inside. I think you're going to call a pushing foul inside against Hyde. Yeah.
Wow. Looked like Scott got fouled on the shot to me, but no call.
Going to get Rhett Robertson into the game for the first time. He didn't play in the last couple of games.
Yeah, get Rhett in, tie with those 2 fouls.
He's kind of limited the number of minutes he could play because he was getting run with the JV team.
Right.
Mark out top. 3:45 to play here in the first half. 26-18, Preston on top. Goes back to Flannery. Free throw line extended left. Out top to Rumbar. In the corner now, back to Mark. Snap it back out top to Flannery. Barnes from where he hit the three-pointer from a moment ago. Comes back to Mark. Free throw line extended right. Tries to drive baseline, and that's going to be on Ward, I think. Garrett kind of cut him off. And Garrett will be called for the foul.
Really, I thought pretty good defense, but they'll get Garrett on a little hold out front.
That's going to be 1 and 1 for Sam Mark, as that's 17 fouls now against Preston as well. Down to 3.5 to play here in the first half. Sam Mark's first one, hard off the heel and bounces straight up in the air, and it's no good. Smalley brings it up into the front court. Runner in the lane, put it up, no good. Parker's got the rebound, goes right back up, has it stripped away by Mark, and he's going to stay with the Preston Indians out of bounds.
Yeah, Tyler, great rebound. Then he didn't realize how open he was. He could have just shot a little layup.
Instead, he did a little spin move, and in doing so, Sam Mark was able to slap it out of his hands as it comes to Ward. Ward gets bumped, no shot, foul on the floor. As a ball, it's going to be 1 and 1.
Yeah, Garrett will get a couple. Cooper Hobson back in the lineup, give us a little more offensive firepower with Ty out.
Garrett Ward goes to the line. The first of the 1 and 1 is good. Garrett onto the score sheet tonight. He had 4 points the other night in the game at Pocatello, in that final game of the regular season. And now here's the bonus. Made them both. So Garrett opens the lead back out to 10, 28-18. 3:05 to play in the half as Dunn knocks it out of bounds.
Very athletic play by Scotty to leap over there in the passing lane.
Bring it in from right in front of the student section on the far sideline.
Oh, there
he throws it away. Nice play by Hobson to step in front of it. Here comes Cooper up into the front court. Goes to Dunn in the corner. Back to Hobson. Smalley. Nothing there. The double high post offense set up here by the Indians and a reach-in foul. That's going to be against River Osen. That'll be his first, and free throws coming up here for Luke.
Another junior. They're really a junior-heavy team, the Riverhawks are.
Much the same as Preston.
Yeah.
I was talking to some of the guys last night at the Utah State basketball game, and they couldn't believe that this team had run up a 19-2 record with really all juniors, a sophomore, and 2 seniors.
Yeah.
They figured it had to be a senior-laden team, and I said, no, they're not. The majority of the team comes back next year. In the corner, it goes to Osen. Back out top, back to Rumbar, looks at a 3. Doesn't want to shoot over Luke. Now he wants to drive. A little crossover, nothing there. In the corner, it goes to Mark. A little wide of Rumbar. He has to run and get it as it comes to Flannery on the right side. Now he drives in the paint. Little pump fake, goes up, no good. Robertson has the rebound, his first of the game. Up in the front court, it comes to Ward. Garrett drives, draws the contact, no good. Flannery's got the Ward. 2 minutes to play. Here comes Flannery all the way. Kicks it back out in the corner. It goes back to Mark. Sam can't get the shot. Back out top to Osen as they set up the offense. Rumbar back out top. Back to Mark on the left side. Between the legs dribble. Comes back over Flannery for 3. Air ball. Then Hobson just waits for it like he's fielding a punt as it comes to Ward up in the front court. Ward had a dribble go off his thigh. Lost it as it's picked up there by Rumbar. And that's going to get Tyler Parker back into the game at the next dead ball. Jesse Mark into the game, and there's another traveling violation.
Yeah, they've been consistent at calling that.
And it's the same guy.
Yeah, Adam Clark right there on top of it. Longtime referee out of the Pocatello area.
So Smalley brings it in. Down to a minute and a half to play here in the first half. Preston leads by 10, 28-18. Hobson, who's made just 3-point shots in the first half. Tried to get that one to roll around, couldn't, and it's going to go off of Cooper and out of bounds. So the ball comes back over again to the Riverhawks.
Both coaches trying to steal some minutes here with their posts out of the game.
They're both in just a wee bit of foul trouble. Crestro with 3 for Canyon Ridge. Ty Hyde with 2 for Preston. Joel Infinger into the game for the first time, number 3 in black. Osen, 3-pointer from the right corner. That's no good. Put up by Rumbar. Tapped around, comes back to Osen. He'll kick it back out and set up the offense again. Osen has it, brings it back out top to Flannery. Flannery has his pass knocked away by Cooper, but then knocked it out of bounds, and he couldn't quite get to it in time to be able to keep it on the floor.
Cooper's been a menace to the Riverhawks, playing that passing lane there on the left side. Well, left side for Canyon Ridge, that is.
Flannery drives up over the top of Redson and makes the basket. Sheldon Flannery has 6 here in the first half and cuts the lead back down to 8. Hobson, another 3, no good. Rebounds off to Rumbar. 30 seconds to play in the half. Preston up by 8. In the corner, it comes to Enfinger. A 3 is wild and off the top of the board. Here's Smaley. Luke is cut off by Enfinger and fouled by Enfinger. Silly foul.
Yeah, 22 seconds to go. You want to make Preston not have to go to the line for a couple shots here. That being 10, he'll get 2.
So Luke's going to go to the line. First foul on Enfinger tonight. And here's Smaley, has 2 points in the first half. Free throw, hits the back iron, but then falls in. Puts the lead back out to 9 with 22 seconds left. Smaley's second, good again.
Good touch on both, good backspin, they roll right in.
17 seconds to play. He stepped on the line. That's about over and back violation. That's a good call. So Preston has 15 seconds to shoot here at the end of the half. They can go off to halftime with their biggest lead of the game with a hoop here.
Plenty of time, about 10 seconds, 8 now.
Smaley with 5, with 4, with 3. Down low, tried to get it to Parker. Dunn to beat the clock for 3. Good! Dunn gets his second 3-pointer of the half, and that's the way the half ends as Preston, who's won 25 straight games here at home, go off with a 13-point lead. It's 33-20 as we go to the halftime break. We'll talk about it after this on mylocalradio.com.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock. Stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today. Since 1958, when the farmers of Franklin County rolled equipment into the fields for harvest, most of them were rolling on Ron Keller tires because Keller Tire has the right tires for tractors, combines, swathers, bale wagons, and the trucks that haul hay and grain to market or storage facilities. To keep that equipment rolling during the busy harvest season, Ron Keller Tire also has a fleet of service trucks that make repairs in-field to minimize downtime. Best wishes for a safe and productive harvest from Ron Keller Tires in Preston and North Logan.
In business for almost 70 years, Valley Implement has been serving customers with integrity, personalized service, and accountability for generations. Their mission is to contribute to agriculture and the agricultural way of life. When it comes to irrigation, equipment, attachments, parts and service, and precision farming, Valley Implement in Preston is here to work for you. Visit them today, 213 West 8th North, Preston. Valley Implement, all things agriculture.
Do you like earning interest on your money? If so, Lewiston State Bank has the account for you. This is Shelley Austin, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high rate of interest on the first $25,000. The rate is even higher than that of most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Tremonton branch, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
When you see that big green dinosaur, whether at your favorite gas station or convenience store on the side of a delivery truck, you know quality Sinclair products are available there from Hall Oil Company. Hall Oil is a family-owned and operated business that's been serving folks in Cache Valley since 1947. They're your local fuel and oil broker with a low-price guarantee. Another guarantee that's been really important this winter is that when you fill your fuel tanks with premium winter diesel fuel from Hall Oil, it's guaranteed not to gel, even when the temperature drops below zero. It's the no-gel guarantee from Hall Oil Company.
We're not your ordinary grocery store at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston. We see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market and True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meats, produce, and bakery. In many ways, we're still old-fashioned. We still bake from scratch, and our bakery items are made in store. You'll never see meat with an ingredient list because our meats are all natural and cut in store. Stop in today. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
Welcome back here at halftime. Preston opens up a 13-point lead at the halftime break, their biggest lead of the game so far, Lyle.
Yeah, the Indians kind of started slow tonight here, let Canyon Ridge get up by 4, maybe 6 even at one point early on in that first quarter. We kind of came out passive against their zone, but picked up the intensity and the pressure. Really helped when their big guy got 2 fouls in the span of about 15 seconds of game time, sending him to the bench, and the Indians then pulled ahead and built on that lead. But, you know, you're where you want to be. We talked about the scoring averages. You take 33 in the first half, double it, and we'd be right about at our average. So, all in all, not a bad first half at all for the home team here.
What really helped the Indians was 3-point shooting in the first half.
Boy, it was critical. You know, Hobson came out firing, and Dunn, both of those guys can be a little streaky in their shooting time. Both of them came out tonight firing, really helped us out.
Yep. So Scott hit 2, Cooper hit 3 in the first half, and things really went on from there. It's 33-20 here at the halftime break. We'll come back, we'll look at the scores after this. You're listening to Preston Indian Basketball on mylocalradio.com.
Their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that 20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
If you're doing some cleanup work around the yard, the house, the garage, or the farm, remember, you can turn scrap metal into cash when you take that metal to Idaho Salvage and Metal in Preston. They pay top dollar for aluminum cans, aluminum window and door frames, brass and steel. They take junk cars and trucks, farm equipment, and industrial gear. So rather than taking that stuff to the landfill, park it on the scales at Idaho Salvage and Metal on West Oneida in Preston.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric in Preston, Idaho. It's what we do.
With Preston leading at halftime, Lyle Fuller has a look at the numbers from the first half of tonight's game.
Yeah, Indians were up 17-10 at the end of first. They go up 33-20 by the end of the half. Field goal percentage from 2-point range, not that shiny, 4 out of 13. As we referenced, though, before the breakdown, the Indians go 5 for 8 on threes, which was huge to get those 15 points behind the arc, and then 9 for 14 on free throw shooting. So not amazing, but not terrible either. 9 for 14. Individually, Ty Hyde with 4 baskets from the field, and we'll give him 3 free throws for 11 points. Luke Smaley hit 3 free throws for 3 points. Scott Dunn had a couple of 3-pointers and a free throw for 7. Cooper Hobson goes 0 for 2 on 2s, but goes 3 for 6 on 3s for 9 points. Riley Parker played in the first half but didn't score. Rhett Robertson played but did not score. Garrett Ward played and got 2 free throws there in the first half. I think I'm off by 1 point somewhere, but that's a pretty good, accurate representation.
We're not asking you to be perfect, just close. As in the first half for Canyon Ridge tonight, Sheldon Flannery had 6, Aaron Barnes had 5, Cam Kondracki, who really disappeared, didn't play much in the second quarter, had 4 points early on. Sam Mark hit a 3-pointer, and Louis Crestro had 2 points to go along with his 3 fouls, as Canyon Ridge shot 5 free throws in the first half and made 2 out of 5 so far here in the first half of tonight's game. Other games going on tonight in the first round of the Great Basin 10 tournament. They don't get started for about another 15 minutes, as we started an hour early here tonight. Those games are number 10 Wood River coming off of their upset victory over Burley in the play-in game.
At Burley, yeah.
Congratulations, you beat Burley. Now you get to play the top seeds in Century. Number 6 Mountain Home is at number 3 Minico, and number 5 Pocatello goes on the road, and they are at Twin Falls tonight. So that's a look at the other games coming up, but they'll start in about 15 minutes or so. We'll take another timeout. Look, it's still a few minutes away from the start of the second half as they continue to clean up and pass out the prizes from their little paper airplane toss. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with more halftime right after this on mylocalradio.com.
Every project is a True Value. At Stokes Market and True Value in Preston, whether you need hardware, dog food, tools, batteries, plumbing supplies, paint, or cleaning products, you'll find them all. Plus a whole lot more at Stokes Market and True Value. With a large inventory, you'll find all the big name brands you trust and low prices every time you visit. So whether you're just starting or you're in the middle of a project, stop in today and visit our friendly, knowledgeable staff. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston. When it comes to major surgery, think small. Small town, that is. At Franklin County Medical Center, the surgical capabilities are anything but small. Partnered with the top surgeons and specialists in the region to provide advanced care to those living in southeastern Idaho. Whether it's cataract surgery, women's surgery, gallbladder removal, trauma, even a full hip or knee replacement, they have you covered. And now, they're among the few hospitals in southeastern Idaho able to remove kidney stones. See just how big the surgical capabilities really are. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric. It's what we do.
Do you remember last spring when runoff water was flooding fields and borrow pits because of plugged, collapsed, or non-existent culverts? Well, now is the time to get new culverts installed, and Valley Implement and Irrigation has the culverts you need. They buy them by the semi-load, and they have poly pipes and culverts in the diameter and length that will get that water running where it needs to go in the spring. Remember, too, that Valley Implement has a great selection of used tractors and farm equipment at prices that work for your operation. See Valley Implement and Irrigation in Preston, Logan, or Grays.
Welcome back. We're about 50 seconds away from the start of the second half. You know, I wasn't here. I didn't of course see the 3 state championships, but the fact that they can go into the postseason, the Indians, over the last 3 years and win 20 out of 21 is simply remarkable.
Yeah, and you know, part of it's just building a culture and an expectation of winning, and these kids that are starting this year, Ty got to play some in that state championship run last year, but most of them watched that one. Of course, Cooper Hobson was at West Side, but
right.
You know, you watch the guys ahead of you win, and that expectation is there, and it really is a program culture you're trying to build. So hats off to Coach Jones and his staff for helping instill that in the kids that we expect to win when we take the court.
So here we go, ready to start the second half. Ball will belong to the Preston Indians to start the third quarter here tonight, as Smaley will bring it in from midcourt on the far side. He brings it into the backcourt. It comes to Cooper Hobson. 33-20. Indians on top as we start the third quarter. Dan Hubbard along with Lyle Fuller tonight with you from Preston Gym. Hobson from the corner, just a little bit short. Hyde back in the game to start the second half. Gives a little bump, lays it off to Riley Parker. His little short jumper is no good. Smaley tried to take it away. It comes to Crestro back into the game to start the second half as well. His jumper is no good. Tapped away, finally picked up by Smaley up into the front court. 4-on-3. Luke all the way, laid in. Quickly, here comes Canyon Ridge back the other way as they want to, again, pick up the pace early on like they did in the first half. Crestro from 3 is good.
Boy, not a lot of arc on it, but it went right in. Counts all the same.
So back to the 13-point lead as they exchange hoops here early on. As the ball is kicked out of bounds, it'll stay with Preston. Cooper Hobson will bring it in from right in front of his own bench. Gives it to Luke. Wiggles a couple of fingers in the air. Dunn comes across. Luke's going to pop a 3. Good. They just tried to drop. Wow, that's a good shot there by Flannery.
Yeah. They just kind of dared Luke to shoot that. He stepped right up the line and knocked it down.
I'm just going to say that. This kind of back into that zone defense, and Luke shot over the top. Hyde, powerful into the hoop.
Knowing Crestro didn't want to pick up the foul, Ty aggressive.
Kondraki with a wild shot, and air ball and a layup is no good. Taken away again by Preston. Smaley up into the front court. Lobs it in the corner to Dunn. Another look for 3 from there by Scott. Ty has the rebound. As it stripped away, comes back to Parker. Give it to Dunn.
Yeah.
Dunn has 8. Quick layup down at the other end, no good. Ty has it.
Well, they really get down fast, Canyon Ridge.
They want to run with Preston. The Indians will run right with them. That shot's no good, however, as Louis Crestro has the rebound, and they throw it away on the breakout pass. Smaley slows it down, brings it up into the front court. Parker back to Smaley. Back to Hobson. Whoops. Took his eye off it right through his mitts.
Got to look that one right into your hands a little bit, but
Garrett's going to come back into the game as Riley Parker will leave. That's the usual rotation for the Indians. Barnes up into the front court, gives it to Kondraki. Back to Barnes. Over on the right side, they'll go to Flannery. He'll whip it back over left. Brumbar has it, gets it to Kondraki, drops it down low to Crestro. Crestro goes up. I should say Kondraki rather goes up, and he's fouled.
Yeah, Smaley went for the block.
Luke Smaley called the personal foul, his first.
That's just one on Luke. That's the first foul of the second half for either side. And here is Bam Kondraki. Try to complete the 3-point play. Made it. Kondraki with 7. And it's a 42-28 Preston lead here with 5:10 to play.
I'd like to see us go right back down to Hyde, see if we can pick up the 4th foul on Crestro.
Dunn, boy, whip it down low. It makes its way to Hyde somehow as Luke goes up and he's fouled. Barnes can't believe it, and that's 3 on him.
Yeah, Luke did a good job of jumping that up into the defender who was moving, picking up that foul.
So Smaley back to the free throw line. He made 2 out of 3 from there in the first half.
And makes the front end. Barnes in an extended conversation with the referee. So what exactly did I do? But Luke calmly sinks the first.
I didn't get a chance to talk much about Luke as he makes them both. He has 11 points here. He had a fine game against Pocatello. He ended up with 17. Knocked away by Ward. Going all the way, lay it up and missed the layup. Look out, Luke puts it back up and in.
Not sure how he did that. That was incredible by Luke Smaley.
He came down on Barnes, and that's going to be 4 on Barnes.
Yeah, Barnes can't believe it, muttering to himself, but what an athletic play by Luke Smaley.
So Luke back to the line. And it's good as he completes the three-point play. So 2 quick fouls in the second half for Aaron Barnes as he has to go to the bench with 4. Taken away
Scotty.
again. There's a 2-on-0. Dunk! Luke Smaley.
Boy, what a third quarter for Smaley.
Timeout, Canyon Springs, as Preston goes up by 21, 49-28. Full timeout, we'll sneak one in here as well. Back with more after this on mylocalradio.com.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that 20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
You get a look at the scoreboard as Preston, who led by 13 at halftime, have really opened it up now. They lead by 21 here, not quite halfway through quarter number 3.
Yeah, Smaley's been on fire. A three-pointer, a dunk, 4 or 5 free throws, another layup, I think, in there. Great third quarter here, start the third for Luke.
So the ball belonged to the Riverhawks, out of bounds in front of their own bench with 4:28 to play here in quarter number 3 on the Ron Keller Tires scoreboard. Rumbar runs into a crowd, has to give it up as it comes back to Flannery. Flannery drives down the middle, stops at the free throw line, kicks it back out to Mark, tries to get a shot. They continue to double team the ball, and it's picked off by Hyde. Hyde all the way, throw it up, will not go down for him.
The 6'6" post steals it and goes 85 feet, rumbling down the floor. He get a trip to the line for his steal.
Sam Mark called for the foul. That's 2 on him. As Ty will shoot a couple more free throws. Missed that one. Yeah, if you imagine if you're back on defense after somebody who's 6'6" steals the ball, I'm just getting out of his way.
Yeah.
Do whatever you like.
I'm not sure I step in and take that charge.
He makes the second. Ty now has 14 in the game. I would be more discouraged about becoming a poster on the coach's office wall. Flannery wants to drive down the left side, flips it back outside as it comes back to Rumbar again. Back to Flannery in the corner. Trying to drop it down to the post. Ty takes it away again. Passes high, but it's knocked down, picked up by Hobson. Back to Smaley, drives the baseline, puts it up, no good. As no foul on the play, Kondraki has it, quick outlet, back to Flannery, put it up and in.
Crestro got a block that time. And
that's a nice little left-hand shot by Flannery as well. 50-30 with Preston on top. 2:20 to play as Flannery runs over Luke, knocks it out of bounds. And just lucky he doesn't get a foul on that.
Yeah, they could have called a loose ball foul on Smaley there, but Preston side out of bounds here.
Ward will bring it in, comes to Smaley in the backcourt. Front court up to Dunn. Dunn goes back to Ward. Whip it back on the left side, back to Smaley. Down low on the left block, back to Hyde. Goes up, no. Gets his own rebound, puts it back up. Foul's going to go on Crestro. That's 4.
Yeah, good job by Ty to stay with that.
Yeah. Referee looks back 3 or 4 times to make sure he's got the right number. It doesn't change. It's still on Crestro. As that's 4 on him, so foul trouble for both Barnes and Crestro. As the first one by Ty Hyde here is no good.
21, Jesse Mark.
Yep. Jesse Mark comes back in. The seniors, Crestro head back to the bench.
Hyde will step up and attempt his 10th free throw of the game here.
Nothing but net. That gives Ty 15. Hyde, who over the last 11 games has averaged about 18.5 points a game. Flannery for 3,
Ooh.
Good.
Boy, Hyde was right there too.
And he had to get that little extra height. Got wet up there in this night air. Dunn with it, left side, back to Smaley in the corner. Back down the left block, it goes to Hobson again, or to Hyde again. Nice no-look pass to Ward, lay it in.
There we go, teamwork, I love it.
Very Patrick Mahomes of him.
Whoa.
Comes over to Rumbar right in front of the bench, and Rumbar is going to be held by Ward. That's 2 on Garrett. His team's second. So the ball out of bounds right in front of their bench is Avery Rumbar will bring it in again here for the Riverhawks. 2:20 to play here in quarter number 3. Preston leads by 20. Down low on the block to Kondraki. Tries to turn, can't. Kick it back out to Flannery. Looks at another, that's a 2. He's on the line, that's no good. Long rebound comes off to Smaley. Luke has it, runs up the floor with Mark right on his hip, and it's going to be it. Boy, they called that an offensive foul.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, didn't really agree with that one, but
neither did Coach Jones.
No.
right in your picture.
Saying, you got to be kidding me.
So that's 2 on Luke, 3 on the team as we go into the 2-minute mark. And
Garrett Ward there, yeah.
Called a foul on Garrett. That's 3 on Garrett now. That's 4 on each side. I was just about to say, we go under 2 minutes to play here in quarter number 3. Flannery in the corner. Pops a 3 from there. High arching shot, no good. Good position inside by Ty to grab the rebound, and he simply just hands it to Smaley up into the front court. Hobson got a 3 from the right side, no good. Tap by Dunn, back to Ward, good.
Good job, Scotty. Extra possession generated there with a good tap.
Mark up into the front court, trapped at the timeline. Skip it back to Flannery on the right side. Free throw line extended. Tries a 3 from there. That's no good. Look out as from behind, Luke gets whacked. As
I'm not sure what. Okay.
Yeah, the foul's on Jesse Mark, his first. That's 5 on Canyon Ridge. Joel Effinger back into the game, or Infinger, I should say.
Full court pressure by Canyon Ridge.
It's the first time they've shown that tonight. As Smaley up into the front court, beats the trap. 1:15 to play in the quarter. Over in the corner, it goes to Hobson on the left side. Looks inside, lob it inside to Hyde. Couldn't get to it. It was knocked away by Kondraki. Here come these Riverhawks. That's Mark for another 3-pointer. That's no good. Hobson has the rebound. Cooper in traffic, gets it ahead to Hyde. Lay it over to Dunn for the easy layup.
Give Ty Hyde another assist there.
Under a minute to play here in the quarter. It's 57-33. Mark down low. That's Jesse Mark with it in the corner. Wants to give it back to Rumbar. Now back out top to Kondraki. Back to Rumbar. Drives, pull-up jumper, partially blocked, but a foul on Ward, and that's going to be 4 on Garrett.
Yeah, Garrett did everything right except the foul at the very end. He forced him into a tough, long 2-point shot. Then you don't, usually, as you say, you don't foul the jump shooter. He got his hand up on the arm there.
So here's Avery Rumbar. Or Rumber, I guess is the correct pronunciation. who will go to the line to shoot 2 here, looking for his first points of the game, and the first one's no good.
Garrett comes out with 4 fouls.
Tyler Parker back into the game. And Rumber will shoot the free throw. Second one short. Hyde has another rebound.
Hyde really controlled the backboards, both ends here in this third quarter.
20 seconds to play. 24-point lead for Preston here after the third quarter. 18 seconds to play in the third. Driving. Free throw line extended right, and
what? Oh, timeout.
Timeout called by Preston, and a 30-second timeout. So with 13 seconds remaining in the quarter, we'll keep it here. Yeah, we talked about how Preston is number 2 in 4A in the state of Idaho in scoring offense at 64 points a game. They're only 7 short of that.
Yeah, I think last time when we played Canyon Ridge, didn't we put up 77? So we were actually above our average, I think, the first time we played them. So a big third quarter here. You know, we've got 24 already in the quarter, and a chance to add to that with 13 and a half on the clock, and Preston will have the ball side out of bounds coming back here.
Yeah, that first game against the two teams, yeah, we scored 77 points here at Preston Gym.
Usually in this type of situation, we look to either get Luke driving to the basket or maybe a kick-out 3 for Dunn or Hobson. We'll see what we can get here.
And Smaley will bring it in. Comes into Hyde with 13 ticks left on the clock. Smaley goes around the screen. Luke all the way, foul going up. So Luke's going to go back to the line and shoot 2 more free throws with 7 seconds left in the quarter. As the foul's going to be against Jesse Mark, that's his second. And with just 7 seconds left in the quarter, once again, Canyon Ridge is going to be out of fouls for the entire second half of the half tonight. So Smaley at the line, the first one is good.
Luke's lived at the line here in this third quarter. This, by my count, would be his 10th free throw attempt of the game. That means your point guard's being aggressive, driving the ball to the hole. Good job, Luke, on the aggressive drives tonight.
He's made them both, and he's got 18 in the game. So here come the River Hawks layup to get it around Ty.
Got it.
As Ty lets it fly, it hits the guide wire and almost went in, but it wouldn't have counted. So we're done with 3 here tonight as we'll go to the fourth, sponsored by Webb Funeral Home. It's the Indians 59, the River Hawks 33. Back of the fourth quarter after this on mylocalradio.com.
A shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
As we go to the fourth quarter here tonight, Dan Hubbard along with Lyle Fuller from Preston Gym, and the Indians leading 59-33 as we start quarter number 4.
Indians come out with Rhett Robertson playing the low post here.
As right off the bat, they turn the ball over, picked up by Dunn. Dunn sees Kondraki, so he'll pull the ball back out. They can't get a connection on the pass. So quickly again, here comes Sam Mark up in the front court as the ball's thrown away by Enfinger. Smaley to Dunn to Parker in the crowd, lays it off to Hobson, gets a bump and the hoop.
Frantic back and forth action there. Hobson drops in a little teardrop from about 6 or 8 feet.
So Cooper's going to go to the free throw line to shoot his first free throw of the night.
We'll see Gabe Hammonds, his first varsity action this season, I believe.
I think he had some early on.
Oh, did he?
But it's been just very lopsided games, kind of like this one.
Yeah.
Preston leads by 28 at the beginning of the third quarter. That's no good.
Oh, Tyler,
Parker's got the rebound and puts it back. Tyler Parker. It's not often you can get a shot like that with both feet on the floor.
Right, especially right under the basket, yeah.
So here's Hammond's on the floor. Been the bad pass. Goes over into the stands, and now Gordon Knapp's going to come in.
So some of our JV starters are now starting to work in here.
Coach Jones is going to take the opportunity to get some of the bench players into the game.
This leaves Hobson maybe playing the point for us. Hammonds can handle the ball too.
I'm kind of looking to see, they're looking at making plans for next year as Brecker Hobson, or Brecker is on the bench, dressing for the varsity for the first time tonight. Brecker Knapp, I should say.
Knapp, yeah.
The freshman who ran the point for the JV team all year. Back out top to Hobson, alone for a three. Good.
Cooper kind of hesitated. Well, if you're not going to guard me, here we go.
30-second timeout, as that's called by Preston. And I think that's because they want to get some more players into the game here. So the 30-second timeout, we'll keep it here. Remind you that tonight's game, the fourth quarter of tonight's game, is brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. They've been serving the Franklin County area since 1925. So you find yourself in time of need, if you have questions or concerns, you know, their door is always open to answer those questions for you. Stop by and see them. They're just off Highway 91, just south of the city of Preston. It's Webb Funeral Home, a proud sponsor of Indians basketball.
Dan, of course, the girls are having their state tournament. Our Preston girls narrowly missed out with a tough loss at Mountain Home, but
it was
a couple of Southeast Idaho finals that folks might be interested in. Century squeaked out a victory over Blackfoot. That was a nip and tuck game the whole way through, but Century pulled that one out by 2 or 3 points, and Malad lost to Melba here in the first round in the girls state tournament.
With that win, Century now 25-0 on the year. Rumber back out top. It comes back to Crestro, just back into the game. Kondracki wants to back in, finds himself in the crowd, goes up. It's a foul on Robertson as they're not going to go down, and Bam Kondracki's going to go back to the free throw line.
Jace Keller also into the game now for the Indians.
That is his first action this year.
Or Jordan Keller, excuse me.
As the first shot, no good.
Yeah, Keller, a 6'1 junior.
And I've looked down at the bench, and
yeah, we may see some of all the JV guys here.
Brecker Knapp has scooted down closer to the coach.
I'm here, I'm ready.
Rebound is off as Keller gives it to Hammond up into the front court. Back out top to Gabe Knapp. Tyler Parker puts it to the floor. He'll give it off to Keller. Keller goes back to Hammond again. So you got to put them all the JV guys into the game at the same time. At least they're used to playing with each other.
Yeah. Tyler Parker right now, the only normal rotation varsity player out there.
Oh, backdoor knock back to Knapp, just out of his reach.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
Number 11.
As Xandrew Webb, Z-A-N-D-R-E-W, Xandrew Webb into the game. As Sam Mark brings it up into the front court. 5:45 to play. Preston up by 33 here in the game, 66-33. Osen almost had it taken away by Parker. Back in the corner, a three-pointer from there is no good. Rebound off to Webb, tried to go up, instead he'll kick it back out to Mark. He'll swing it back to Enfinger, a three-pointer from the right side, no good. Robertson has the rebound. Gives it off to Hammond as Gabe will run the dribble now up into the front court. In the corner, it comes to Parker. Doesn't take the three. Steps inside. Gives it to Knapp. Wants to drive. Kick it back out to Parker again. Doesn't shoot that. Now back out top to Hammond. Looks over at Coach Jones. Just kind of rolls his hands. So you just run the offense. Look inside to Robertson. Nothing there. So they'll give it off as it comes to Keller. Keller goes back to Hammond. Hammond back out top, back to Parker. Whoop, almost went up off his toes to shoot the three, but didn't quite go up. Hammond has it, wants to drive, now kick it back off to Knapp, drives, loses it on his way up out of bounds, but it's going to say it was knocked out of his hand by Osen, and it's going to stay with Preston.
Yeah, good patience for the Indians. Canyon Ridge hasn't really totally emptied their bench. Presto still out there, their post player.
4:43 to play. Comes back out top to Hammond, back to Tyler Parker. Now back to Hammond again, top of the key. Again, wants to drive, lays it off to Robertson. He'll give it back to Knapp. Holds it up above his head, back to Robertson. The big man standing outside the three-point line. Back to Hammond, drives down the middle. As Crestro got a hand on it, Crestro controls it, takes it away. Gets it up into the front court. In and out of the hands of Enfinger, and then they're going to say that Knapp had traveled when he was trying to wrestle the ball back from Enfinger.
Yeah, Knapp the good steal, but then he said he traveled.
Enfinger.
Now Canyon Ridge putting in their deep bench guys as well.
So Crestro comes out as into the game for the first time tonight is a number that I don't have.
We got the 13 Kelso, Jaden Kelso.
That's the one, Jaden Kelso.
They list him as a freshman, but he has a beard. I'm not sure how those two things go together.
So Knapp within the front court. Parker drives along the baseline. Look out, kick it back outside to Hammond. Hammond, I think, played in the game against Shelley, at Shelley to open the year. And I think he made a couple of points, maybe 4, if memory serves me correctly. Drop it back down low as that's Keller goes up and he's fouled. He's going to go to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
Yeah, Keller gets a chance to get in the scoring column here.
Joel Enfinger, and here they come, the other two.
See, Hess and Knapp. Braden Hess, a 6'3 sophomore, and Brecker Knapp, a 6'2 freshman. So they've got Knapp as Becker, but it's Brecker with an R. So Knapp
and Braden Hess into the game.
Braden Hess into the game for the Indians.
As Keller made them both. Down to Osen, drives the baseline. Look out, goes up against Knapp. That's no good. Rebound is off to Hess. He'll give it to, ends up in the hands of Brecker Knapp, wearing number 12. Down low, shot no good. Tipped inside. It's going to go back over to
Canyon Ridge. Good to see the starters, the Indians bench, really enthusiastic. If these guys get a chance to score, they're jumping up and clapping. You like to see that teamwork, camaraderie there.
Brecker's just a freshman and ran basically the offense and was the star, really, of the JV team.
Yeah, good to see him get some varsity minutes here.
Three-pointer put up, no good by Enfinger. Long rebound is off. They'll give it to Brecker, who will run the dribble up into the front court with 2:45 to play. Kicks it off to his brother, or cousin, as it's going to end up in the hands of Keller again. Back down low as it's to
Hess for
Hess.
travel, but I really didn't think he did. But well, he shrugs, I shrug. Back we go.
Got too many relatives in this town.
Yeah.
Here comes Adam Shalai. Just into the game for the first time tonight for the Riverhawks. Lays it off to Enfinger. Looks inside, drops it off down low, back to Kelso. Back to Salai. Flips it up toward the basket, no good. Brecker has the rebound. Here comes Knapp up into the front court. Crossover dribble, can't get a shot. Whoops, almost traveled. Now gives it back to Gordon Knapp. Back to Brecker. Comes back to Hess. Back down low to Gordon Knapp. Free throw, I should say a little jump shot, no good. Rebounds off to Kelso. So high, back up into the front court. He's going to pop a three from almost straight away, no good. Rebound comes off as it's back off to Jordan Keller. They'll give it back to Brecker Knapp with 1.5 to play here in the fourth quarter. Brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. They're going to say that Brecker turned it over.
Yeah, look at Brecker for a carry against pressure out there way high.
See, here's the question for next year for Coach Jones. The two seniors are basically 3-4 players.
Right.
If you're going to move like maybe Garrett Ward to a 3 or a 4, you need another backup point guard, and certainly Brecker could fill that role as a sophomore.
Yeah, and Hammonds handles it some. He'll be, of course, a junior next year. Robertson will get a lot more run next year as well in the post.
So ball belongs to Preston, 1:26 to play. 68-33 on the Ron Keller Tires scoreboard here in the fourth quarter. Brecker drives, stops at the baseline, gives it off back to Knapp, now back to Brecker Knapp. Back to Gordon Knapp. Looks inside, nothing there. Out top it comes again to Hess, drops it down low, pass is intercepted, taken away by Osen with 1 minute to play. In the corner, Infinger for 3 from the baseline, no good. Rebound is off, taken by Webb. Goes up, shot short. Infinger has the rebound, runs into Robertson and draws the foul.
Yeah, Robertson. Both teams playing really hard, Dan, but I don't think anybody scored for about 3 minutes of game time here. Not for lack of effort, though. Both teams really getting after it, and their bench guys.
Infinger's going to go to the free throw line here to shoot 1-and-1. That was 17 fouls on the Indians. As the free throw is good. And Infinger will shoot the second as he's on the score sheet for the first time tonight, 68-34. And the second one rolls in as well. How good was the JV team this year? Well, at one point they sent them the Blackfoot to represent the varsity club in the opening round of the Blackfoot tournament, and they won.
Yeah, very, very solid JV this year, and some really good juniors on that JV like Robertson. Now Brecker Knapp have a chance to score his first varsity points here as a freshman.
So Knapp at the free throw line to shoot a pair.
Well, there's 1-and-1. What are they calling here?
They call it 1-and-1. I thought they called it a shooting foul.
Yeah, I'm not clear on what they called.
Well, let's see. First one anyway, going to be a 1-and-1. It's a little long. As the rebound is off, as again Preston sticks their nose in there and picks the ball up, and it's going to stay with the Indians with 43 seconds to play. Brecker will bring the ball in from the baseline. Looking, gets it in. Comes to Gordon, now back to Brecker, 3 from the corners, an air ball. I think he's got a little bit of nerve.
little nerves for the freshman, that's all right.
Osen lets go of 3 of his own, that's no good. The Infinger has the long rebound, stops, turns around, a 3-pointer is good. River Osen now with 4 in the game. Check and make it 5 in the game, I should say. And the clock down to 20 seconds.
Yeah, Brecker's probably not looking to score here.
Brecker dribbles, gives it off as it goes to Hammond. Hammond back to Knapp. Look out as they'll give it off now to Keller over on the left side. Clock down to 5-4. Give it back to Knapp as again they try to take it away. Knapp dribbles through the double team. And that's the way the game will end. So a fairly easy win tonight for Preston in the opening round of the Great Basin 10 tournament as they win it going away by 30. 68-38 the final. As they will move on and they will play at home again on Saturday. We'll talk more about that in the post-game show, which is coming up next on MyLocalRadio.com. This has been Preston Indians basketball. Tonight's game has been brought to you by Webb Funeral Home, Lewiston State Bank, Franklin County Medical Center, My Local Radio, West Motors, Stokes Market True Value, S&T Electric, Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, Idaho Salvage, Ron Keller Tire, Valley Implement, and Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Now stay tuned for the postgame show, coming right up.
As the seasons change, it's a good time to take a close look at your car and truck tires. Check the tread and look for signs of uneven wear. If you have a question, stop by Ron Keller Tire and have one of the tire experts take a look. If you need new tires to get you safely through, they'll help you select the right tires for your vehicle and driving style. With a huge inventory from several manufacturers, Ron Keller Tire can care for your tire needs at a price that's right. You can trust all your tire needs to Ron Keller Tire in Preston and North Logan.
We're not your ordinary grocery store at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston. We see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market and True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meats, produce, and bakery. In many ways, we're still old-fashioned. We still bake from scratch, and our bakery items are made in store. You'll never see meat with an ingredient list because our meats are all natural and cut in store. Stop in today. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock, stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
Welcome back here for the post-game show tonight as the Preston Indians pick up a 30-point win, 68-38 tonight over the Riverhawks from Canyon Ridge.
Yeah, Canyon Ridge, this won't end their season. They go over to the loser side of the bracket for that double elimination, but Preston gets to march on Saturday night. We have these staggered start times we've referenced here tonight. We started this ball game at 6, but Minico Mountain Home doesn't tip till 7. They're just underway.
Right.
So we don't know who we play yet Saturday night, but it'll be the winner of Mountain Home at Minico. And, of course, we know a lot about Minico. We've played almost 3 games. We played 2, but one went to 4 overtimes, one went to 1. So we played a lot of ball with Minico, but we had Mountain Home here as well early on in the season. That's a very long, athletic, dangerous team. And so we'll just have to wait and see who comes out of that one. But a great win tonight for the Indians on the home floor. Take care of business. You get a comfortable win. Nobody gets hurt. You get your bench guys some playing time. You really can't ask for more than that in your opening round game.
You referenced the slow start, and it was a bit of a slow start in the first quarter tonight for the Indians. But once they got their legs under them, both outside and inside was working pretty well.
Yeah, Ty Hyde, another solid game, and then solid contributions from several guys. That balanced scoring that we referenced earlier was big tonight. And then, in the fourth quarter, there wasn't a whole lot of scoring from either team as the coaches emptied their benches. But, you still put up 68 points. That's a great scoring output for the Indians here in this opening round game of the tournament.
That's 4 points above their season average, 64.5 points per game. But that 30-point win certainly is going to increase their scoring differential, right, that they're already just second in all of 4A anyway, and right, so that's going to raise that by about a point, winning by 30 points tonight.
And that's another step forward in the maturity of this team is to not play to the level of your competition, I guess, to put it that way. If you have a team that you have superior talent to, come out and put them away, which the Indians did tonight. And don't match the talent level of the team you're playing. Play your best every game.
No, that's certainly that has to be the underlying theme of the postseason. Is you have to come out and put your opponent away, and don't just mess around with them. Let them give them a chance to get back into the game.
Yeah, because funny things can happen in the postseason. Some seniors playing their last game or two, they go out of their mind and shoot the lights out, or coaches bring up a kid from JV you haven't even seen before on your scouting
right,
report, and they play well. All kinds of things that can come into play there. So you like the Indians getting that 30-point win tonight, and they get to march on.
So they pick up their 20th win of the year. They're now 20-2. And for Canyon Ridge overall in the year, they are now 9-13. Preston has now won 26 straight games here at Preston Gym. And as far as postseason goes, over the last 3 years plus 1, they are now 21-1.
Wow. Well, we've got to win one more to assure a spot in the state tournament. The way this district bracket works, if folks haven't had a chance to look at that, the winner of Saturday's game is going to state either way. Right. It's just a question whether it goes the first seed or second seed. So, we have another big one coming up Saturday for a chance to go to state. If we happen to lose Saturday, we still have a chance to go to state. We have to do it through the other side of the bracket, though.
That's right. So Saturday's game will start at 7 o'clock against either Mountain Home or Minico. Yet to be decided, depending on who wins tonight, as we'll wait to see exactly who will play. Certainly come out and join us. Let's fill the gym up on Saturday night here at Preston Gym. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back, look at the final scoring after this on mylocalradio.com.
Community Health Center that provides patient-centered health care for everyone. From newborn to complicated care, Health West is always accepting new patients in Medicaid, Medicare, insured, and even if you don't have insurance. Available in 8 locations throughout Southeast Idaho. Call 208-852-3200 for an appointment in Preston. Health West, empowering our patients and communities by providing quality, affordable health care.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Indians win it 68-38. Lyle Fuller has a look at the final scoring of tonight's game.
Yeah, Dan, scoring by quarters, Indians went up 17-10 at the end of one, 33-20 at halftime. Big third quarter for Preston. We go up 59-33 at the end of three. Lower scoring fourth quarter as we finish it out 68-38. For the Indians, Ty Hyde, another really solid night. He goes 5 for 8 on twos, 5 for 10 from the line for 15 points. I've also got Ty for about 5 boards, 3 assists, a couple steals, and a block, filling up the stat sheet there, the junior pivot. Luke Smaley goes 3 for 7 on twos, 1 for 1 for 3. 9 out of 10 from the lines is what I've got Luke for 18 points. Luke also 4 assists and 3 rebounds, a couple steals, and a couple blocks. Scott Dunn gets into double figures tonight. Good sign for the Indians. He goes 2 for 2 on twos, 2 for 4 on threes. Goes 1 for 2 from the line for those 11 points. Cooper Hobson again came out and really set the tone early with a couple threes. He goes 1 for 3 on twos, 4 for 8 from the three-point line, 0 for 1 from the line for 13. Riley Parker played tonight but didn't score. Rhett Robertson played but didn't score. Garrett Ward put up 4 points on 1 for 3 shooting from the field and 2 for 2 from the line. Tyler Parker gets a bucket. Hammonds played but didn't score. Keller played and got a bucket. We also saw Gordon Knapp. We saw Hess. We saw Brecker Knapp. Really everybody who dressed tonight for the Indians got into the game. And they didn't all score, but they all got a little taste of varsity action here in the district tournament tonight. So, again, final score for the Indians is 68, Canyon Ridge 38. I've got the Indians going 13 for 26 from the two-point range, 7 for 13 on threes, of course, which is an excellent percentage.
Yep.
And free throws, I've got, 20, 23, 25 total free throws attempted with 17 made. So 17 out of 25, puts you about 68%. Not terrible. From what we've had, some games will take that this time.
That's still right at about a 65-66% average for the Indians now over the last dozen games or so. So Preston wins it by the final score of 68-38. We'll come back after this last time out. We'll get some final thoughts from Lyle, and we'll wrap up our broadcast right after this on mylocalradio.com.
When the farmers of Franklin County rolled equipment into the fields for harvest, most of them were rolling on Ron Keller tires because Keller Tire has the right tires for tractors, combines, swathers, bale wagons, and the trucks that haul hay and grain to market or storage facilities. To keep that equipment rolling during the busy harvest season, Ron Keller Tire also has a fleet of service trucks that make repairs in-field to minimize downtime. Best wishes for a safe and productive harvest from Ron Keller Tires in Preston and North Logan.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that 20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Well, Preston advances in the winner's bracket in the Great Basin 10 tournament with a win here tonight. Lyle, your final thoughts on tonight's game?
Great win, and like you said, you accomplished your objectives here if you're Preston tonight. You got a solid win. You got everybody some playing time. You got some momentum going into Saturday. And so, we don't know the opponent yet. Mountain Home presents a very different challenge than Minico. But either way, we'll find out later tonight who that is. Then we'll gear up here. And as you referenced, Dan, love to see a huge crowd here Saturday night. And a good crowd tonight. But I think with the snow and the earlier start time, I think we maybe lost a few fans that way. But Saturday night, let's have a big turnout and cheer on these Indians who have a chance to win a game and assure themselves of a trip to Boise for the state tournament.
Absolutely. Please come out and join us. 7 o'clock tip-off. If you can't be here, we'll have it for you on mylocalradio.com. That is our next broadcast. It's Saturday night as the Indians face the winner of the Minico Mountain Home game. And like you said, Lyle, each team provides its own set of challenges. And certainly if it's Minico, I'm sure they would like to have a third chance at us. And what do they say in football or baseball even? To beat a team for the third time in the same season is a very difficult task to take care of.
Yeah, obviously both times we played Minico this year, we've gone into overtime, so it's not like we're, overwhelming them and just hammering them. So, that'll be interesting. But, if Mountain Home gets hot, they can steal a game. So it'll be interesting to see. You think what's probably going to be Minico, but we thought tonight would be Burley, but Wood River got them in the first round. So,
yep. So you don't jump to conclusions. Just show up Saturday night and see who we play. That game will start at 7 o'clock at tip-off instead of like tonight where they started early. If you can't make it out, our pregame show will start at 6:40. You can listen and watch the game exclusively on mylocalradio.com as we will be on the internet as Westside will be playing again on Saturday night as well. So that'll wrap up tonight's broadcast. The executive director of Preston Broadcasting Sports is Val Cook. Our studio coordinator tonight has been John Beverly. Special thanks to Zach Fuller for running our camera tonight for our video feed as well. So until next time, for Lyle Fuller, I'm Dan Hubbard. Thank you for joining us tonight and remind you again of the final score. A big win for the Preston Indians as they pick up another win at home. That's 26 in a row on the home floor as they knock off Canyon Ridge tonight, 68-38. Until next time, we wish you a very pleasant good night.
Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting, LLC.